I want to talk to you because a lot of y'all are paralyzed for fear. You're looking good, but the reality is a whole lot of you are living and are paralyzed for moving and living life because of fear. Fear of a lot of things. Fearful of getting sick, fearful of dying, fearful of losing your job, fearful of not being able to pay your bills, fearful of being put out of your house, fearful of being embarrassed, fearful of defeat and failure, fearful of being replaced, fearful of being rejected by people you want to accept you, fearful of never getting married, fearful of never having kids, fear is gripping you. And if you're ever going to become and do what it is God has purposed and given and assigned to your hands to do, you have got to learn how to overcome fear. Fear has kept you from going. Fear has kept you from doing what the Lord has called you to do. Anytime fear enters into the domain of your life, you can rest assured that it did not come from God. The moment fear enters the domain of your conversation, the domain of your thought life, the domain of your decision making, it did not come from God. How you know that, Pastor? Because 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 7 says, God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of love and of power and of a sound mind. I can rest assured, and you can be crystal clear about what God's will is for your life, because you can be sure that if fear has anything to do with it, it did not come from God. If you operate in the realm of fear, you will miss God's best by allowing Mr. and Mrs. Fear to hang out in your life. And the problem with Mr. and Mrs. Fear is that they have baby fears. Let me see if I can illustrate this for you. Mr. and Mrs. Fear will tell you, you ain't gonna never get married. Don't nobody want you. He'll talk like that to you. If y'all all say amen, nobody know I'm talking about you. Say amen. But then you get married, so now they can't talk to you anymore. You don't listen to that anymore because you found out that what they were saying wasn't true. But their babies grow up and say, oh, you married now, but you ain't gonna have no kids. And then you start having kids. Now you got your 6, 7, 8 kids. Now you know that it didn't have no say. And it goes on with life, and those children have children and grandchildren fears, and you'll never get anything. You'll never be accepted. Nobody loves you. Nobody wants you. You'll never become anything. You'll never get a house. They're going to steal your house. It keeps talking, and until you learn, here's the deal. You got to learn, because let me tell you something I learned about the devil. The devil will keep on talking to you. I told somebody this just the other day. I told somebody the devil will play his tricks over and over again, different voice, different circumstance, but it's the same game. It's the same strategy. It's the same MO. It's the same method operandi, modus operandi. He operates in the same way, and one of the ways he operates is in fear. And you and I got to be smart enough not to allow fear to grip us and control us and force us into making decisions that are the opposite of what God's will is for your life.